Hello. For this video, and possibly several in the future, I'm doing a voiceover on top of a video of my Red Dead Redemption character, Pretentious Gent, going for a walk in the game world instead of showing my actual face. Why? Because I fucking feel like it. Anyway, remember a few weeks ago when I made a post about how I've been learning to block people who are proving fruitless to interact with for the sake of my mental health and all that jazz? Do you also remember how some weird guy claimed that I just block people who disagree with me without even bothering to engage with them? Well, I hate that fucking guy right now because I think that he is the reason why I ended up turning what should have been a 4-comment thread into a 29-comment thread. A thread that proceeded to increase my agitation until I was lying on my kitchen floor, angrily muttering to myself while I tore a strip off of this complete stranger. One who was commenting using their public business profile to do so. Weird choice, but whatever. The whole experience was, pretty fucking frustrating. Call me a bleeding heart soy boy simp cuck, but when someone refers to food insecurity as not a hindrance but motivation to make more money and then proceeds to ignore the data from experts in favor of their personal experience, I get a little pissed off. Maybe I'm just a crazy left-wing Antifa SJW, but when the USDA has shown that 34 million people in the US, a country I realize I don't live in, but he brought up America, so that's the data that I used, are suffering from food insecurity, a form of suffering that will absolutely affect your physical and mental well-being, which will absolutely affect your ability to perform capital-acquiring tasks, all while living within a system that charges you for every necessity, thus causing a compounding experience of suffering that one can't really fathom unless they experience it themselves, and one that may have programs to counter these issues, but those programs are usually underfunded and imperfect, and thus cause many people to be either unsupported or fall through the cracks due to some weird fucking nether realm of being too rich to be given assistance but too poor to survive. I end up getting a little peeved when people suggest that those people who are suffering just aren't working hard enough. Like, real peeved. And now, I'm pissed off and upset. Because instead of realizing that continuing to engage with this person on this topic was totally useless, I wasted a bunch of my time doing exactly that, and ended up sitting on the floor of my kitchen, seething and deflated. My poor dog came over to try and comfort me while I sat there internally screaming about a stranger on the internet, all because I'm oversensitive and lack the self-control to pull away when I'm becoming overwhelmed emotionally. So, what I want to say to that dude from earlier, who I still haven't blocked, by the way, who said that I just block people for having a difference of opinion, all before they've even been rude or mean to me, not that that necessarily applies in this case, but whatever. This is why I block people before that happens, because it's the stance they take that gets me agitated and angry because of all the implications it has. I don't need to hear them continue to know that they're wrong. If they've rejected well-researched evidence and make claims that on the face of it are founded on apathy and callousness, whether they recognize it as such or not, I don't need to continue engaging with them if all that's going to happen is me trying desperately to point out that callousness while they laugh at my increasing agitation during said attempts. There is a risk, I suppose, that will result in an echo chamber, but honestly, I don't fucking care. I also doubt it will happen because different people's perspectives and inputs are what led me to these very passionately held positions that I have. I never blocked them for holding opinions or positions I disagreed with or didn't understand. I took the time to listen to what they had to say, then did follow-up research, and grew as a human being. I don't block people just because I disagree with their perspective or haven't taken the time to understand their perspective. I block people whose perspectives I find to be morally wrong in such a significant and undeniable way that it should manifest as fact in the eyes of anyone who is familiar with the concept of compassion and humanity. And I can live with that. If you can't, well, maybe this page isn't for you. This has been another Pretentious Perspective. Happy holidays. Check out the merch store, check out the Patreon, read my weird book in the making. I love you all. Goodbye.